Awesome. Now this is shout out content. So I'm going to be showing you what to actually post when you are getting shout outs from these other accounts. Not only what you have to consider about what you have to post, but also how should you be getting them to post it. And there's one really big thing that a lot of people miss, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is in this lecture so you can get the most bang for your buck. You're paying for this, and if you're not, you're promoting other people's stuff in return for this. So you want to make sure that we're not wasting your money and we're actually growing our account as big as possible and working on that momentum on our account and being able to keep doing this. Because if we can put $1 in and we can get 25 really engaged, amazing followers for that dollar, we want to just keep doing that over and over again, because out of those 25 really engaged, amazing followers, maybe 5 of them might buy a product. And it means you're getting someone to buy your product for just 20 cents. So it's really, really powerful, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can make sure you don't waste your money. And the focus of this, and the reason that I'm telling you, the reason that I've included this lecture is because you need to entice people, this is the key, to click through to your profile. If they just watch your content on someone else's page, you don't gain anything from that. You don't need exposure. They don't remember your brand name. It's not helping. You actually need people to see your shout out on someone else's page and then click through to your profile, which is, remember, already optimized for high conversions by us in the second lecture, in the second module of this course. And once they follow us, then we're going to be able to build trust with them. We're going to build affinity with them, and we're going to be able to sell them our products and services. So the key, once again, is to entice people to click through to our profile. Now, before we can do this, we need to understand that there's 3 best types of shout out content in order to first grab their attention. Once we grab their attention, then we can get them to click through back to our profile from our content. So the 3 best types of shout out content in order to grab their attention is 1, a story gap or a cliffhanger; 2, a super interesting piece of content that's going to be quite naturally viral; and 3 is story videos. So the first one. So I'm not sure if you can hear that too clearly, but basically there's sound in this, and I'm playing this sound because it's very, very important when you post a video or when you're posting a shout out that you do include sound with it. And the best thing is to actually put subtitles, because a lot of people won't be playing with sound. But you can see what this is it's a clickbait or a cliffhanger. So watch this before you spend a whopping $15 for a jar of raw almond butter at the store. And if we go back to this actual video, there we go. You can see this guy's holding the jar of raw almond butter at the actual store or the supermarket, and he's basically telling them that there's So he's actually telling them that they need to check out Flab City, which is another account, because this account is Keto account. Flab City, to uncover the truth of what he's talking about. Now this is just a shout out to Flab City, but you can see what it is. It's a story gap. People have not don't know what the truth is, and they're like, wow, okay, he's in the supermarket, he's got a point to make about this $15 almond butter, which I actually buy. Let me go check out Flab City to make sure I know what the truth is. And they leave that story gap open in order, and you can see they've tagged him in this post as well, not only in the post but in the actual video of the post. And they are getting people back to Flab City's account to then follow Flab City and actually have this shout out be worth it. Now you can see this one is just interesting content. So this is obviously quite a phenomenal video of Cappadocia in Turkey, and you can see that there's hot air balloons flying around and there's a girl in front of them. Now if this girl, her name is Gypsy Lost, she is getting a shout out from this account called Vacations. Now people following Vacations are obviously travel related, and this is a very interesting video, very travel related. It's in Turkey, and people are obviously going to be interested in this content and want to see more of this content, so then they can go and click through to Gypsy Lost and actually see her profile page and convert. So if you have very naturally viral content such as this one, or something that's very interesting, you don't actually need the story gaps as much as just having this incredible content. But you have to be very sure that it is already going to go viral, and you can test that by putting that on your page and seeing how well it goes. Once you have a piece of content that does really well on your own page, you know it's going to do well on related pages, and that's what you can start using for your actual creatives and for your media that you're getting other people to promote. So you can tell them a story in a quick video as well. So this is for story and video reel shoutouts. You want eye-catching and really good music, and you want to be able to tell them a story and engage with them so that they're going to click back to your profile. And remember content stacking in the last module? We can actually use content stacking here as well. And it's really, really powerful when you get promoted in a post and a story at the same time. Remember, it increased our views by double. So therefore, on these shout out accounts, if you pay for both a story and a post, you're going to have double the exposure on their account, such as this one. The Billionaire Playbook has promoted this guy, Nick Legend, and you can see that he's got a very engaging video with a very simple call to action. It's basically how an Ivy League dropout made 7 figures. And if you want more, go and click on his profile in the link in the description of the actual real post, and you can see the one on their story actually blurred out, or didn't blur out his face, but they're hiding his face with the actual logo. So, and they've got a swipe up call to action which leads to his account. So this is a double shout out that is actually very, very effective, and we don't actually need to play the sound on that one, but you can see the sound actually really helps capture people's attention when they're scrolling through their stories. So make sure that you're using the double content stacking technique and asking about that when you're reaching out to people as well. So this one thankfully has no sound. It's a lot more complex when we're recording this with sound. This one on the left, this is a cool story content that has more than one video for people to look at and be engaged with, which keeps them on it longer and more likely to read the call to action and then swipe up. This one over here was actually our one that we used to grow our account really quickly. It started with a Ferrari with a really cool key, and then it just has people doing really awesome things all around the world. You can see the call to action is to swipe up, which takes them to our account, and we actually give them the call to action to follow our account. So these are really good story shoutouts that you can copy. Remember, the videos work the best, so put time into a video and make sure it's really high quality and quite naturally shareable, and you can go and get your power influencers or people who you're paying to promote your content to promote these really well crafted videos. Now, this is where a lot of people fail. People go to a lot of work creating that video, a lot of work finding the best account to promote it to, and they've got their high converting profile, but they forget to link up their account. And if they link up their account, they only do it once. What you want to do is you want to put your account on the actual content, because a lot of people are going to be borrowing and stealing your actual content if it's really high quality. So you want to make sure you've got your username on the content. You also want to make sure that you've tagged it on Instagram. On the actual post, it's tagged in the first thing in the bio and tagged at least once. See, a lot of people tag their content 2 or 3 times just under each other. So because you've got to obviously tap the link to go to their profile, and so they put their link to their profile 3 or 4 times, so it's really easy for people to navigate back to their profile, and it's also really easy for people to accidentally click on their profile. And obviously you want to put it in the caption, then you want to put it in the story, as you saw with that Nick Legend or Nick Robbins or whatever that guy's name was in the story we watched. Make sure you've tagged the post in the story, and then you also want to tag your profile in the swipe up call to action. So making sure you're tagging it wherever it is possible in order to get as many people back to your profile as possible. Because once again, if they don't go back to your profile, it's a waste of money and a waste of time dedicated to this. So the key is keep tagging on every area you can. The chance to go back to your page and the chance to be converted to a follower on your account.